4 months ago, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 released for the PS5. A lot of people think that the story's crap, but I think it's far from crap. To me, Spider-Man 2 is one of the greatest games ever made in my opinion. What's going on guys, Spidey Cosplay here, back with one of my first YouTube videos. In today's video, we're going to be discussing why Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is a masterpiece. I love Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and it's unfortunate that it didn't win any awards at the Game Awards. However, to me, Spider-Man 2 holds up to be one of the greatest games in video game history. However, you guys may be asking me, is it better than the first game? That's what we're going to find out in today's video. Before we get started though, make sure you like, comment and subscribe because I'm at 0 at the moment, and yeah, I really would want to get more subscribers at some point, so it would really help a lot if you subscribe and I would really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's begin. The game opens with our two main characters, Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Miles has been Spider-Man for 10 months now, and while he's getting the hang of it, he just doesn't trust himself. Because literally in the first 5 minutes, Miles asks for Peter's help to fight Sandman. And then that gives us the introduction to Peter. He's a teacher in Miles' school and he literally decided to go help him fight Sandman, and then eventually that got him fired from his job. In the first hour of the game, we can see how much of a wreck Peter is. In Aunt May's house, he's got old boxes of food, he's got old rotten food, and he's got bills to pay. Miles doesn't even have any trust in himself or his future, and he can't even write a goddamn college essay. Meanwhile, Ganke and Haley are getting exciting offers and news about their future, whilst Miles is just stuck figuring out what to do. Eventually, Peter and Miles have to help with a transfer at the raft, and one of those villains is none other than Martin Lee, the man who was responsible for his father's death. Eventually though, Miles has a choice, either to save some people or go after Martin Lee, and after Miles had months of rage building up inside of him, he still decided to save the people. And from that point on, Miles was pretty much trying to hunt down Martin Lee the entire game. He knows how he can harm more people, and he wants to try and stop him, and even get revenge for his father's death. And whilst Miles was on a wild goose chase, Peter was having the time of his life. He got a job with his best friend, a dream they both wanted since they were children, not to mention that they're both crime-fighting vigilantes. The main villain of the story is none other than Kraven the Hunter. Kraven's embarking on a suicide mission to die at the hands of a worthy opponent because he's been diagnosed with cancer. Spider-Man got stabbed and then got killed by Kraven, but then he managed to get rebooted by Harry's symbiote, and then the symbiote bonds with Peter. Peter with the symbiote just has one goal, to find the lizard and cure him so then he can give the symbiote back to Harry. As the story goes on, he loses the Emily May Foundation, he starts to argue with MJ, and he begins to bond with the symbiote. When Peter cures Dr. Connors, he tells him that they need to destroy the symbiote, but of course Peter disagrees. Peter's basically telling Dr. Connors he doesn't understand what it's like to have a purpose. An alien came into his life and made things better for him. Why would he want to remove the symbiote when he used to be useless, when with it he's become more powerful? It's making him a better Spider-Man. Meanwhile, Miles gets captured by Kraven's hunters, and Miles is forced to fight Martin Lee. But then at the end of the fight, Miles knows that this purpose, this chase he was seeking, that was actually what was holding him back. Miles learns that he had to let go of the things that didn't serve him and focus on where he wants to go, not where he's already been. Martin Lee doesn't serve Miles anymore. Instead of Miles killing him, he lets him go. This small but important journey Miles goes on is to help him learn his purpose. It isn't to get revenge or fight people who are in the wrong. It's to fight the battles that the people can't. The people who have too much rage and lost themselves. He has to help those people, and that's what Spider-Man is, and that's what Peter needs. After Spider-Man almost kills Kraven, Miles realizes that he can't let the symbiote hurt Peter. Peter doesn't feel it, but the power he actually has, that's his pain. He's just turning it into rage, and he's fighting the people who he deems as bad guys. This then leads us into one of the best boss fights that's ever in this game. The whole time Peter's just telling Miles that he's better with the symbiote and that it makes him a better Spider-Man. Eventually Peter rips off the symbiote. He learns that even if he is more powerful, he isn't the man that he needs himself to be. After Peter gets rid of the symbiote, he goes to Oscorp where he meets a pissed off Harry. Harry thinks that Peter's keeping the symbiote for his own selfish reasons, but then he bonds with the symbiote himself. We're then able to play as Venom tries to escape Oscorp, but then eventually he gets into a fight with Kraven the Hunter, the man who seeks a purpose to dying and living. The glorious fight he wanted after searching for years. He hunted Black Cat, he killed 4 members of the Sinister Six, he even tried to kill Spider-Man, just to die by the mouth of Venom. Kraven was killing all the supervillains left, right and centre with no end in sight until Venom came along and in one fight he killed Kraven. The strength of Venom shows the pain in Harry. He turns that pain into anger and rage, and he uses it on every kill. He even turns MJ into Scream. This also puts an end to MJ's story. When J. Jonah Jameson tells MJ on what to write, MJ tells J. Jonah Jameson that she quit and that she wants to pursue her own dreams and goals in life. These arcs that some characters go on are actually pretty good. For example, Martin Lee, the man who was spared and given a second chance by Miles, so then that way he can redeem himself. Martin Lee gives up his power and gives it to Peter so then Peter can have a second chance. With this loss of power, Martin Lee realises that this vengeance that he was feeling, it was actually what was holding him back. When Martin Lee gave his power to Peter, he actually got the anti-Venom symbiote, and he went there with it to go and stop Venom, and that's where he realises that the only way to stop Venom is to kill the host. There's no way this could happen. Doc Ock was already in prison, Aunt May was dead, he can't lose his best friend. He wouldn't even handle to try and live up to the dream that Harry and Peter wanted, unless if he joins Venom. Venom literally gives Peter a chance to join him, and Peter didn't even say yes or no for an answer until Miles came in to save the day. And this leads us into the final boss fight of the game. Pretty much the whole time Peter pleads with Harry to stop this addiction for power. Harry keeps reassuring Peter that he's done, he's failed against the fight against addiction. Harry can't stop it, he goes from all powerful to being helpless. After Peter manages to get rid of the symbiote, he tells Harry that he loves him, and this is one of the best lines in the game. They still care about each other even though Harry almost tried to destroy the city. Harry's then rebooted and then put into a coma, but in the end he was saved from the addiction that the symbiote was. The game ends with Peter telling Miles that he's going to work on the Emily May Foundation, and Miles understands. At the start of the game he didn't trust himself, but at the end of the game he could trust himself and trust his future and to help the people who have rage and loss inside of them. Miles then swings off as he's the new main Spider-Man. Thank you guys so much for watching. I actually had kind of fun doing this video, and this did take a couple of days to do, so if you like this video and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm at 0 subscribers at the moment, so I would like to get more and then grow in the future, so that would mean a lot. But thank you so much for everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.